So this year, I'm thinking I'm not going to do Christmas lights. And that's because they have blown off for the last 2 years. It gets super windy where we live, and they've fallen off 2 consecutive years. And even last year when I asked the guy to please secure them down because they'd blown off the year before. So I had this idea. I've got these eave lights, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll put some colored lights into the eaves. And then I started thinking, what if I use those new Philips Hue bulbs? And I put them in there, and I could do red, green, white, maybe even do like some kind of wave. I don't know what they can do exactly. But that is my current idea. So I think I'm going to go pick some of these Hue bulbs up and fiddle around with them. I don't know if that's a good idea, a bad idea. We will see. But that is my current plan. Maybe I'll even put them in the garage. No, that's crazy. Wish I had a couple more Eve lights. Okay, so I'm in the first stages here of my testing with the Philips Hue lights. I've put in 3 on the porch, and I've got these configured here. Okay, where were we? I've got the app set up here, and I've got these lights configured to my porch. And all we have to do is just pick a color, and I'll change to the colors. They seem to work pretty well. This one is often a different shade than this one. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe it needs some kind of calibration. I don't know, still messing around with this. But it is cool. It's cool, it works. Got the Hue, so my plan is to put them up in all the eaves. Now I did put them up here, and these lights are all on a dimmer. And for whatever reason, the lights up in the eaves didn't work very well, and they started flickering, and it caused some problems with the lights that weren't the Philips Hue. These are my Z-Wave switches. I have home automation, and I think I'm just going to use the automation on the Philips Hue app instead of this Z-Wave platform here. So I'm going to replace these dimmer switches with these regular light switches that I've got down here. I'm going to go backwards here, get all low tech, and then the Philips Hue light should work okay outside. I'm a little worried about the range on these lights. I know the lights create a mesh network, but some of them are, I don't know. When I put the ones in here, it said bulbs unavailable, but they still changed color, so I think this will work. And it's all because I don't want to put up Christmas lights. Merry Christmas. Oh yeah. All right, where are we at? Okay, everything's unpacked. My brother-in-law helped me replace the Z-Wave switches here with 2 standard switches, and then I taped them because with the Philips Hue lights, you don't turn them off. You don't need to. The app will do that for you. So all the old light bulbs are out, and go outside here. Ooh, I'm cold. Got stuff set up okay at this point, so we're just oscillating green and red, green, red, green, red, green, red. And then around the side, over to where the garage is. On the porch, we've got kind of a yellow tinted light thing going on. Thinking about doing the Hue lights here in the chandelier. Would be cool. Thoughts. The hardest part is actually getting the Hue bulbs to all sync. This guy over here, he ended up a little far away, so sometimes the bulb says it's unreachable. Turns on and off okay, but it doesn't always change color correctly. Everything else I think is in range just fine. I don't know what the range is between bulbs. My understanding is the Zigbee stuff has like a 30 to 90 foot range, so I'm not quite sure why that's not working. I'm gonna have Christmas Eve lights. What I'm kind of looking forward to is turning them all kinds of weird colors for various holidays. So it's about 5:30 at night, and I've got the programming figured out for the timer, so the lights came on automatically. And now I'm going to set them to some Christmas colors and save that setting. But so far I'm actually really happy with these lights. One of the options they give you here are a series of scenes. So you've got Savannah Sunset, Tropical Twilight, Arctic Aura, stuff like that. And it changes the lights to reflect those particular scenes. Okay, so we'll do Savannah Sunset, and that changes all the lights to these sort of Savannah colors. And they're not all the same. They vary a little bit. And you can see the particular colors when you go into the individual light settings, and you can adjust them if you want. The tropical twilight. Here's the Arctic aura. That's pretty cool. And what we're gonna, oh, spring blossom. Yeah, very springy. What I'm going to do is create a red and green color pattern, maybe with some gold in the porch. And I will set the lights to that. And then save that configuration as Christmas setting or something. All right, so I programmed my lights with the greens and the reds and sort of the golds, and I saved that setting as Christmas. So now I can change in between any of these scenes and then back to my Christmas settings pretty easily. And I'll do one for, I don't know, whatever, New Year's, maybe red, white, and blue, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, stuff like that. So, okay, so I've got the red and the green going there. I've got these automated, so in the morning they'll turn off, and then at night they'll come on with this cool red and green and gold pattern. One thing that's really cool about the Hue lights is their Philips Hue labs. And this gives you the option to create formulas. So your lights can change colors in a certain way. And this is something that you have to install. I'll go show you guys how it works. So I put Hue lights in my entryway. When you turn the lights on, they just default to this state. It's super easy to just use your app and go ahead and change those colors. I programmed these to do Christmas colors. Cameras don't do a good job of capturing the color variations. If we activate the Hue Labs formula that's been installed, and what will happen is the lights will actually start changing colors according to a predetermined formula. So they'll shift through the reds, greens, and the yellows. They are color changing. Every 15 seconds they'll shift. So the ones that are green will become red, the ones that are red will become yellow, and so forth and so on. So you can do that on the outside lights or any lights that are controlled by the Philips Hue system. So there is my holiday house. Got my Philips Hue lights, all red and green and yellow on the porch. I got my dragon, and I've got the Hue lights there in the upper window, which don't really show up very well in the video, but in real life they look cool. Maybe on New Year's we'll switch everything to this Arctic blue, Arctic aura, and we'll play Let It Go or something. Back to Christmas. I'm done playing with the Hue lights. Merry Christmas. I am really enjoying the Hue lighting system. So I put Hue lights in this, my kid calls it the dude room, and I've really been enjoying these. So these aren't the color ones, these just have the different yellows and sort of like blues. And one thing I love about this particular system is that you can create your own custom scenes. So I do gaming and TV. That actually turns the lights down, shuts these lights that are over my TV off. So I can work here on my computer, I can play games, and I don't have those lights overhead. It's such a cool system. And then when I'm ready for more lights, I just flip this back on. And let's say I want to just relax, just hit the relax mode. Concentrate. And that's it, just really enjoying the Philips Hue lights.